Hi, this is Mark Clayton with ECNM Lifestyles coming to you today to talk to you a little bit about our health. As you see, I look at life and all those things that we focus on in ECNM Lifestyles: finances, health and fitness and recreation, relationships, love and sex. I look at those all in the terms of having arrows. And you can imagine, if our life is all those areas is an arrow, what direction over time, over the last year, over the last 2 years, over the last 3 or 5 years, what direction is that arrow pointed in? And how strongly is it pointed up or pointed down? And health is one of those things that if you have your arrows, just pointed downwards, people say, well, that's just part of age and getting older. Well, that's not true. And I've made a point of really cranking my arrow up and pointing it upwards. And so one of the things that I do every month is I have a 10-day juice fast. Now, if you're not familiar with juicing, or if you've never tried juicing, one of the wonderful things, let me tell you about juicing, is that when you are not chewing your food, your body stops creating your digestive enzymes. And if it's not creating any digestive enzymes, then what it does is it doesn't tell you you're hungry. And so I can take and drink nothing but juice for 10 days in a row. And yes, once in a while I'll get a little bit of hungry, but no more than I normally do in a day. And so, but by juicing 10 days in a row, I'm able to get all the nutritional value of that juice. Yes, I get tired of it a little bit, but it's all about that arrow. And I want my health pointed up this direction. I'm 58 years old. I'm in really great health. I want to keep it that way. Most people that are 58 years old don't look as good as I do, and they don't have the health as good as I do. And, I just want to make sure that I make it to 80 and 90 years old and am able to maintain the same level of health. And so to show you what I'm having for my breakfast, I'm having the recipe that I'm using today calls for 1 sweet potato. This is a giant sweet potato, so I'm using a half of a sweet potato, and then 2 red apples, some turmeric, which is just a root, and you have to look around in grocery stores to find it, but turmeric, 4 stalks of celery, and then 1 orange. And now you can imagine trying to eat that. I can't eat that much for breakfast or for dinner. That's just too much to consume. My stomach wouldn't hold that much food. And so I could never eat that much. But by juicing it, I'm going to end up making a glass of juice out of it that just has full of nutrition and all those nutrients that my body really does need to stay healthy that I don't get every day. Additionally, these are all organic. Now, yes, that means that it's a lot more expensive to buy organic. But I want to make sure that I get all the good stuff going into my body, and so I'm really committed to juicing organic produce. And so this is what I have for breakfast for 10 days every month. And in another video, I'll be showing you what I have for my lunch. So in just a moment, because we're going to pause the video, and I've got to peel the orange, not to peel it all the way like you would if you're eating an orange, but just to peel the orange layer out on the outside so that it leaves all the white stuff on there, because there's a lot of nutrients in that, and this juice will be absolutely delicious. And so I'm going to go ahead and prepare. I've got to also core my apple. You don't want the apple seeds in your juice because apple seeds contain arsenic, and so you don't want the apple seeds in your juice. So I'm going to core the apple and then peel the orange, and that'll pretty well take care of it. But I'm going to do that preparation off camera, and then I'll go ahead and juice it, and we'll start the camera again and show you what the juice comes out looking like. Okay, we have all of our prep work done now, and I'm going to get ready to juice this. Now, some people will say, well, I would never do that, or I could never do that. And yes, some people don't need to do this. My partner, Kathy, she doesn't juice like I do. My other partner, Chris, she does juice like I do. Because Chris and I need the weight loss that comes along with the nutrition that we get from it, and Kathy doesn't need the weight loss as much. But so I'm going to go ahead and start juicing these items and talk to you about the process here. It's rather noisy, so I hope that my voice comes out through the video. I'm going to turn the juicer down to low because apples and oranges are a soft fruit, and we're just going to feed those in here. Now, one of the things I talked about, this is all organic, and for the last 10 years in our country, there's been a lot of places where they've tried putting some bills to get GMO labeling and what have you. And companies like Monsanto have fought that vehemently. They've put millions and millions of dollars against those campaigns so that you don't have, so that when you go to the store and you buy things, that you don't get the truth in labeling. You know, and I really thought when Obama got elected as president the first time around, I thought that he was going to help to go in there and usher in some new things in the government. And unfortunately, he had too many people to pay back. And so one of the things he did is he made the head of the Food and Drug Administration a guy who was a bigwig at Monsanto. Well, and that's who he put in as the head of the Food and Drug Administration. Monsanto was all about GMO foods, not anything that's good and healthy for you. And so we had an opportunity, we lost. But what happened as a result is that across America, oh, and I don't think I told you, but I also have in my recipe one organic carrot. But across America, we started to eat healthier and buy organics. And people didn't realize that that was going to happen. But they started buying organics, and now there's actually a shortage in organic food supply today. And so that's really kind of an exciting thing, but it has gotten where the organic food has gotten very expensive. And so it's just one of those things, though, that you just have to make a commitment to. This is your health. You know, what's more expensive, losing your health and wishing that, that you had your health back? People have all kinds of medications that they are on. And I've known people that simply by changing their diet and eating healthier have gotten off of a lot of the medications. And so, even when the doctor says, yes, I didn't support you in doing this, but, now that you have gotten healthy, I support that. And so there's people that are getting great benefit by just learning how to eat healthier and realizing that it's the food that we eat oftentimes that is causing us to not be healthy. And that's, of course, we need exercise as well. That's another part of this when we focus on not only health but also fitness. And so, yes, the sweet potato, I didn't get it cut up, and so I'm getting that finished cutting up because it doesn't all go in the juicer at once. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this juice, and then we'll be all done with the juice. So, if you're not on organic food already, I started out by there's list on the internet about what organic foods to start out by using. The most important ones that, for instance, like corn. Corn is so high in pesticides. When you buy corn at the store, if it's not organic, it is so high in pesticides and chemicals. That's one of the things that you want to avoid. There's been a lot of reports about how it leads to irritable bowel syndrome and medications that people have to take. And so there's a lot of information out there. There's documentaries you can see. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead is one of the best documentaries to watch in learning about the juicing process. So we got our juice done. And so now you can see that we've got a nice supply of juice. I'm going to grab a glass here. And this is a 16-ounce glass. And I end up making about 32 ounces of juice with this. And so that will more than fill me up. And so here's to my health, and thank you very much for watching my video. And I hope that this was helpful to you. And if you want to know more about ECNM lifestyles, then go ahead and click on that link, and have a great day.